The plan: gathering people who believe in freedom. What I believe the freedom of expression is an inviolable part of what it means to be human. Censorship is appropriate to create functioning local spaces like workplaces and classrooms. But we fight for a world in which global censorship is impossible, being removed from the totality of virtual worlds because one company decides to ban you should never be possible. We are bringing together people from around the world who share the same beliefs to fight for a world in which everyone can express themselves online without fear. You can learn more about what we believe here, but I recommend reading through each article sequentially instead. Gathering creators. I am actively bringing together volunteers able to build social networks, virtual worlds, and media from around the world, namely software developers, game developers, artists, animators, musicians, voice actors, etc. Deploy talent in support of freedom. Advocates. We will actively organize these freedom-loving creators into teams of people who create experiences and media that advocate for freedom, privacy, and encryption online. Developers. I plan to deploy developers on open-source projects aimed at creating innovative and harmonious online social spaces, namely 2D and 3D spaces which lead to better connections online, and those which have a viable path to putting human needs at the center. In detail, we believe the tenor of today's online conversations is driven by problematic incentive structures. Therefore, we seek to create spaces that actively encourage positive participation and harmonious connection. We focus on creating social spaces that have a viable road to sustainable growth without the exploitation of its users or their private conversations. Centralized virtual experience. A number of these creators will be deployed on a hub-and-spoke model virtual experience in which a shared currency, avatars, and items bring together a larger virtual experience. Note: we do not utilize cryptocurrency or blockchain technology. The goal is to discover means of creating real human connection online without the exploitative incentive structures that would come with a for-profit model. We seek to positively reshape how people interact on social networks and find the secret to meaningful connections in virtual spaces. Key details. We seek to inspire public support for my ideas, bringing about their natural legal adoption. We seek to gain influence over the future we're entering by understanding the keys to creating real online social organization and leveraging that knowledge to incubate ethical virtual world concepts. We don't intend to create the future of how people connect ourselves, but rather to influence those that will create it, that they create it with our values. Our goal is to help spark off the revolution in a way that pushes the future we enter toward one that is controlled by its users and in the interest of its users. An online future that values human life and human freedom above all.